Is it?
Yeah.
Are you just making this up? Anyway, here's the thing. I'll just shout into your microphones, but I couldn't miss this show for the world. I had to be here. You know, it's been a tough week, as you can imagine. You know this whole "we tried" thing. Yeah. When you try so hard, you just feel like trying is the trophy. You know what I mean? It's about the effort, and it's about at least showing up. Once you participate, that is enough. You don't have to win a trophy, for example. And also, speaking of the Pope thing, they told us that every time a Pope dies, an English team wins the Champions League. You know what I mean? So I was there thinking, oh my goodness, here we go. I was praying for Arsenal. I mean, sad that we lost the Pope, but I was still praying for Arsenal to do the job. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, so we're all very sad.
Did they specify which tournament it would be?
Well, that's what they're telling us, the Champions League, Nottingham Forest.
No, they said Europe.
Nottingham Forest.
They said Europe.
78, 79, whatever year it was.
They said Europe, not Champions League. So you might have gotten the wrong trophy.
2005, 2022, we know the numbers because they've told us all these things. But yeah, I couldn't miss this for the world, Jermaine. It is good to be here as always, and I really hope we can just go straight into the main discussion. Go on, man. Tell us.
As we start the show, let me ask the producer. Ian, you're setting yourself
up. The problem is the producer. The producer has been showing my pictures the entire week.
Mr. Producer.
When I'm holding my head and when I'm on the side.
And then
of
now
the
you're
pitch.
talking about Arsenal. So let me just make it.
You guys are going to continue flashing my pictures.
Let me make it
calling me Gary Neville and everything else. But I'm going to enjoy it today, and I don't mind.
Let me make it open hunting season.
You said it right.
No, it is right.
That's the way, huh? Okay.
Guys, this is my friend. Why are you putting me on the spot?
That's the way.
You want her to oust me? I'm even drinking tea.
Kachai.
President of the Kachai.
Well done.
She did manage to get us that video. Though at the moment, if you look, my head today is in so many places.
It's because
I was looking at the no. I was looking at the body language of Hussein Mbalangu, and he was very timid with how he was responding to the praise.
Not like last time.
Not like last time.
Yeah.
Once bitten, twice shy, they say. But also I think the result had a lot to do with that body language. In terms of, like the previous time, they won a game against a tough opponent with a red card. And there was a chance. And he was really putting pressure on Vipers at the time. But I think once that result at Chitende happened, that felt like the turning point. That was the one that maybe felt like the league was going away from them. So right now, unfortunately, it feels like it's tough. To think Vipers will have 3 games and fail to get 3 points, that is, yeah. And also NEC have to be perfect at the same time while all that's going on. So, yeah, I think that body language and communication was not just because of the fine, but also because of the situation. And right after a game, trust me, there's the emotions that you have. You desperately want to win as much as they threw everything they could. Yeah, it was a tough game, and I think even he knows that, yes, there's a small mathematical chance, but it's going to be very difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. For me, this was the game they were supposed to win. If there was anything, this was the game they were supposed to win, because they win this game, then there's a chance, because they get to play Bright Stars on the weekend. Then they play, I think, URA midweek next week. And then during that time, Vipers also have got to go away to Bull and also go away to Chitara Football Club. So for me, if they had won this game, then they definitely was going to be a chance, because if they go to Bright Stars and URA and pick those wins, that means in the final game, they're going to just probably win against, that is Sports Club Villa. Yeah. Sports Club. No, they have actually
it's Villa.
Then URA, yes. So if they pick those wins against Bright Stars, then Villa, and maybe they would have had a chance against URA Football Club. But now they shared spoils against Bull Football Club, and that means that Vipers have got to just probably win one more game, and then it's all over for them, because there's that. It's now a 7-point gap, and that means that even if Vipers lose to Bull and Chitara Football Club, all they have to do is try to win on the final day at home, and which you think they are most likely to do, and it's just that's a bit.
I think their last game might be the toughest game, Jermaine. Yeah. Just to let people who are wondering know, that's against Bright Stars, you know. So that one I think is really the tough one, but by then I think the job will be done. To be honest, it's tough, and I do agree with what Moses is saying, because it is very tough to have those. like so much has to work out for Vipers. I mean, for NEC to actually get the trophy of Vipers.
Yeah.
So
I just want to pick your minds, gentlemen, given the fact that you two interact a lot more intimately with the teams and the players and how they work out. A whole season of work put in, and you come very close to achieving success, which could be defined in multiple ways. For some, it's silverware. For others, could be survival, in whichever way you put it. And then you just don't. You don't get it. Does that demotivate the team and put extra pressure on having to get them back to the grind to believe they can do it? Or does it serve to fire up the team and say, we came this close, we need to close the gap next time?
I think it's a two-way kind of thing, and I'll just give different examples, both local and international. I'll just take it back to, I think, 2 seasons or 3 seasons back at KCCFC when Molly Bekwaso was still around as a head coach. And I think we lost the title on the final day on goal difference. And because I think we shared everything with Vipers in terms of points, but we lost because of goal difference. Same thing I think happened when Jackson Mayanja came in, must have been either by a point or 2. And you felt that even the season before when we did lose the title because of either goal difference or maybe a single point, you felt that the next season we had that thing of, you know, we're going to go again, we're going to try and go and fight for it. But the question is, until when? Because if you're to look back for the past 3-4 years, it's been the same kind of thing at the club. We keep telling ourselves that, listen, we're going to try to fight for it. And it sometimes just doesn't happen that way. So sometimes it does make you. And I saw it happen with Liverpool, I think, the season before they won the Champions League. The season before, they reached the final against Madrid, that season where everyone thought it was there. Salah gets injured, I think, in the final, and it was a narrow loss. Must have been, I think, 1-0. Yes, was really, really close. I don't remember who scored, but it was really close. The next season, they play Spurs. And I remember in the post-match press conference, Klopp saying, we shall be back at this stage next year, and we shall try to win it. And they actually did the same thing. So sometimes it does fire you up. And sometimes you might never, return from it. We have seen Arsenal for the past, I think,
was just waiting for it to say Arsenal,
they keep knocking on the door.
Jermaine, you heard Arsenal.
They keep knocking on the door, and it just has not happened. I think for the past 3 years.
No, 5 years.
No, the past 3 seasons.
Oh, you mean for the title?
Yes, they've been number 2. So it sometimes does break you, because you look at a team like NEC Football Club. They actually, I think, had a chance this season.
No, they did, yeah.
I think they really had a chance. They tried to fight from the onset. That was that statement win from the first game in the season when they beat Vipers at home 3-1, and the kind of season they have had. I felt, for me, when they did not pick at least a point when they went to Chitende, for me, I felt that's when they lost it. Because before they had a chance, because it was just slim, about 3 points, then they went to 4, to go to 3, then to go to 2. But because they were playing, Vipers, who they were trying to fight for the title with, and then they go to Chitende, and then they fail to win that game, or even fail to pick a point. And for me, I feel that's why they really dropped it. So sometimes it can try to make you, and you're like, we're going to give it another go next year. Sometimes you may never recover from it.
Yeah, that's actually